Hello there, I'm Bradie from Sparrow Quilt Company. Have you heard of felted wool pressing mats? I've been using them in my videos and boy, I'm getting a lot of questions about them. So I thought I would do this little video just to show you the difference between a regular pressing surface and one of these wool pressing mats. Let's give it a go, shall we? So one of the things about the felted wool pressing mats is that they're very, very dense. So when you press on them, the surface is quite firm below. And wool is naturally heat resistant, fire resistant. It won't melt, it won't burn. So when we press on a wool pressing mat, because it is heat resistant, it pushes the steam back up into your block. So you've got your iron on top and the wool is pressing or pushing the steam back up into the block. It's like it's being pressed from both sides. It's really, really giving me really flat blocks, which I really like because that makes me look really, really good. And it makes my precision really, really excellent. It does not transfer heat through the pressing mat. So it's half an inch thick. It presses all the steam back into your fabric, into your piecing. And when I run my hand underneath, there is no heat transfer through. So I can actually put my wool pressing mat onto my rotary cutting mat and it will not affect my rotary cutting mat at all, which is really great because sometimes we press on things that we're not supposed to. So it's good to know that whatever is underneath it is going to be safe and protected. Another great thing about the wool pressing mats is that I can pin into them. So let's say you wanted to block something that you've knitted. You can put it onto this wool pressing mat and pin it, and it is going to stay exactly where you put it, and you're going to be able to block your items. If you get a little overzealous, like me sometimes, and I spray a little bit too much starch or whatever, the wool mats have already been felted, so that means they're washable. I can run it under water, I can scrub it with a wet cloth, and it will not damage or hurt my mat in any way, shape, or form. Wool is also non-slip, so when I'm pressing on regular cotton, sometimes my fabrics will move around, and that can cause stretching and distortion in my piecing. Again, something that I don't want. If I press on my wool mat, it is non-slip. Everything stays exactly where I want it to, even without pins. I think the best thing to do now is to do a side-by-side comparison of pressing on both surfaces. So here I have a flat, thin piece of wood and batting, and then it's covered in quilting cotton. And here, of course, I have my wool felted pressing mat. These are fat quarters that have been folded up into a bundle for quite a while, so the creases in them are very, very deep, very, very noticeable. When I press on my regular surface, the creases come out. I'm not going to deny that. But I will press it a couple of times and come back at it, and still I can see the creases in the fabric. I'm hoping on camera that you can see them too. They just aren't flat. But if I take another one that is very, very creased and I throw it on my wool pressing mat and press it with about the same amount of effort, those creases really come out, like surprisingly come out. Because remember, it is trapping that steam between the wool surface and the fabric, and it's almost like I am pressing from both sides. So now when I hold that up, look how flat that is. It is considerably better than this piece that I did on my regular pressing surface. So we have all of these on the website at sparrowquiltco.com. If you're interested in trying out the wool pressing mats, they come in all different sizes. And if you happen to be watching this video on Facebook, I'd love if you gave me a like and a share and leave me a comment there to tell me, would you try out a wool pressing mat? And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like our video and subscribe to our channel there too. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.